Again. Okay, so we started with labeling this as big C, which makes this little c. Now we decided to go with this to be B, so this is little b. And then this is A, and this is little a. And I forget why I did B. Oh, because I wanted this to be the base. Because we were looking for the perpendicular, right? So that we have the height, right? And so this would be the base. Base is a B, and that's why we went with B over here. I remember now. Okay. So we need the law of cosines. Remember that from last year, right? We all remember that, right? But if you don't remember it, it's easy to remember by thinking of that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. C squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. And then minus, because this is not a right triangle, right? So then minus the cosine, right? So minus the 2ab cosine of c. That's how you can remember it, right? It's a nice way of remembering it. So Pythagorean theorem, minus 2 of these, 2ab, cosine of the angle. Okay? Once we have that, then we have to rearrange it though. Remember? Because I need this, I'm looking for C, right? I'm looking for the angle. So to find this angle, that means I have to subtract, I have to have C squared minus A squared minus B squared, right? All divided by this negative 2ab, right? Notice how the ab is underneath the ab. That's what we went wrong with yesterday. Okay? So let's do it right this time. Now that's all like that. Now the cosine of c will equal this. But we want just the c. So to have just the c, that means that this is going to be the cosine inverse. Right? So from there, we just plug in numbers. So C is going to equal cosine inverse of little c, which is 5 squared, minus A, which is 7 squared, minus B, which is 11 squared, all over negative 2AB. And this is where I made a mistake yesterday. I was thinking AB, because these came first and second. AB, dumb butt. Okay, it's not, AB is right here. It's these guys. So it's going to be 7 and 11. So if you just change that from yesterday, now it'll be easy. Okay? So then we take out our trusty-dusty calculator. Right? And it's pretty simple. I can take 5 squared minus 7 squared minus 11 squared. It equals, and that's going to be negative 145. Right? And then this is obviously divided by a negative 77 times 2. And 77 times 2 is 140 plus 14, which would be like 154. Or I could just say divided by negative 2 times 7 times 11. Okay? And so I get this positive 0.9415584,416, right? But watch this. Because it's a phone, I can touch it right here in front. And now I just write cosine. But I don't want cosine because this is cosine inverse. So I want to hit that second button so it has that cosine inverse button. And then hit it. Oh, but it threw it out in front. So go back again. Oops. Go out in front. Hit the cosine inverse. See, and now it says a cosine of this. Right? And then I hit equals, and it says, oh, okay, equals. C is equal to 19 0.6850548176, right? So in other words, 19.7. Okay? So that's my angle. Okay? Now, I can take this actual angle and think about this. This is a right triangle. I'm trying to find H, right? So I know what this is. This is 19.8, right? Or 7, okay? So, remember, I'm looking for this. That's the opposite side, right? OPP. And I need another side. And the only other side I have is this side. And this side is opposite of the right angle. So that's considered the hypotenuse. Okay? So that means I'm dealing with the H and the O. So which one has H and O in it? So, ka, or toa. Right? So it's so, right? So the sine of this angle, 19.7, right, is equal to the opposite side, which we don't know, x, over the hypotenuse, which we know as 7. Now how do I solve for that? Oh yeah, so katoa, I just solved by multiplying by 7, right? So then I take 7 sine 19.7, that equals x. And so here's the cool thing about these calculators, man. I swear, this is so cool. Because I have it already up here, 19 point all this, I just touch in front of that. And then, oh, I'm in the second feature, so I need to go back to the first feature. Have sine, right? But again, it went in back of it. So sine in front of it, right? And then, I wanted 7 times that. So now I'll just touch in front of the sine. It goes 7. And this is 7 times that. Hit equals, and I get x is equal to 2.357947691. Or in other words, 2.4. Okay? So that's my height. That is my height. And the area, to find the area, remember, is that what we're finding? Yeah. To find the area, remember, area is equal to 1/2 base times the height. So we know that this area is equal to 1/2 11 times h. And I just didn't know what h is. But now I do. So I just take this h and multiply it by 0.5. And I multiply it by 11. And I get, so this number times 0.5 times 11 gives me the area of 12.968. So basically, the area is equal to 13. Right? Even if I round it off to the nearest tenth, it's 13, right? Because 6 turns to 9 into 0, and that turns into 13 and 18. And that is problem number 7. Pretty awesome problem, yeah? Love that problem.